Okay, so today I just was reviewing this like the speed reading and being able to retain information is a really very valuable skill which you can actually learn how to do. And once you actually get really good at it, you can actually start like creating coaching services, become a consultant, and most of all, you can become an expert in whichever field which you're in a lot faster, because if you're able to read and retain information much more easily, it puts you in a position where you're actually able to go out there and give value, whatever field you're in. Even if you're writing songs, if you're able to memorize these songs in a short amount of time, it helps you move faster and grow your business and grow your practice a lot faster. Okay, and this is something which is either something you cultivate and you get really good at. If you don't cultivate it, it doesn't develop. So you can cultivate this over the course of just taking the time to develop the skill. Once you take the time to sit down and absorb information in the right way, it becomes effortless, and you can actually do it much more easily than actually than we can expect. But you just have to practice it and just speed study, because once you can actually get expert knowledge, it can take you. Some people can read a book in a day or even 2 days. They can actually finish a book and also be able to understand everything which they read in most of the important aspects which they read in this book. And some of these books, it can take up to 3 months or 4 months to write. Sometimes it's a year. And if you're able to go through this book in the space of 2 or 3 days and remember most of the information, this is a lot of information which you have actually able to remember by using certain techniques which will allow you to do that. Okay, and then you can now it can facilitate for you if you're going to look for a job, or if you're going to make a presentation, or you're going to actually just make some general talks. If you can retain information, read through the books of this specific subject, and become more or less very versed in this subject within a few weeks, then you can actually start providing value and going out there and sharing this information. And this puts you directly in a position to be able to grow your practice in whichever way that you, if you have a passion for something actually. So this is really valuable things which you can do, and it's like no other. It's like every other practice. You have to practice it. The more you practice speed reading, and then forcing yourself to try to understand what you've read, this will help you to be able to expand and get better and better at this. Okay, and you can actually employ active recall. It's a process where you read through the information of whatever you're studying or whatever subject which you're trying to get really all the knowledge in and understand it. You read through it once or twice or 3 or 4 times, and after you go ahead and you close the information, then you try to remember what you read. You force yourself to remember. I've actually seen this many times that I've read like a whole book before, like in a short period of time, and all of a sudden while I'm doing something completely different, I start remembering exactly what I read in this book. Everything, all the details. I've had it happen to me many times, and I'm really able to remember it. Then all of a sudden it disappears. It just disappears. And it usually comes when your mind is operating on optimum levels. It's really operating on high level, and it's on everything is firing on all cylinders. All of that is not okay. It happens sometimes because we do the right thing at the right time, because that's usually timing. Timing is everything. But it can also happen when you sometimes you don't pay attention, and then all of a sudden you have unconscious competence which takes over, and that's the moment where you don't even need to think about something, and because you've done it so many times, it takes over. It's like automation. It does everything with perfection without any mistakes. So that's actually a state which you can actually, a mental frame or frame of mind which you can reach with practice and practice. So the more you practice how to read and gain information quick, okay, and take notes, how to read, take notes of this information which you've just gained, and then you actually can work on how to like eliminate all distractions in your environment. And then you also focus on empathy, like the person who has been giving this talk. You put yourself in their shoes, okay? You get into their into their story, the way they're explaining their story in all details, and then you also anticipate what is the next logical step, okay, to the story, because some of these stories do have logical steps to them. And then you also review the material, and then you put yourself in a position where you can go out there and teach other people as well what you've just learned. Okay, so you go out there, you teach other people. Why? Because by teaching and sharing with other people, this solidifies information in your mind even more. Okay, so this is why it's really good to go out there, teach and share with other people information that you've learned, because it just makes it even more reinforced for yourself as well. Okay, so that's actually something which I've tested and I've tried, and I've seen that it really does work, and it's a lot more natural. It flows much more naturally when you review information like this, and then you also choose maybe 3 different times of the day. In the morning, maybe you review it, and then afternoon you can review it again, then before rest in the evening, before going to bed, you review it, so that you have dreams about this to reinforce it even further, so that the next day is crystal clear in your mind, and now you can actually move on to the next page of that subject. So it can help you to really master and hone one subject, and after a period of time, you'll become an expert in this specific field. Okay, so I wanted to share this because I've seen that it works, and it's really amazing to see how that works. Okay, so hopefully I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully take care, stay well, and bye for now.